even in tradition, his different aspects have different names. So when we talk of him as a philosopher, usually the word Kautilya is used.
Okay.
Therefore, it's called Kautilya's Arthashastra, not Chanakya's Arthashastra, usual usage. And Chanakya or Vishnugupta Chanakya is used for him as an administrator and empire builder. So he was an empire builder, he was also an administrator. So he was a practitioner and a philosopher. So the Arthashastra is a document of his philosophy, which is, of course, was informed by the fact that he was a practitioner, and you can clearly see that. I mean, he has very specific injunctions about, what should the traffic rules be and the fines should be, what interest rate should be. So this is not just a guy writing general principles. He then, here are the principles and here is what the rules should be. So he's quite clear in that.
Very specific.
Very specific. So this is very different, by the way, from most other books. In fact, for hundreds of years afterwards, there are even his followers of later times, like Kamandak, etc., are not as specific. He is very specific. He's very specific about how a town should be built, what is the width of the road, all these kinds of specifications he gives. I mean, what interest rate should be given. If a person takes a loan and he renege, what is the procedure for insolvency and bankruptcy?
It's in the same book.
It's in the same book. Here it is. It's a thick book.
It's
a thick book. Gets into real details about how a military camp should be set up. What are the principles for engaging in foreign policy? For example, he has the mandala theory.
Okay.
So the mandala theory is you can think of yourself as a state, a kingdom, and then you have kingdoms with whom you have borders. So one of his points he makes is that those with whom you share borders are very likely to be your enemies. But that principle also applies to them on the other side. Right. So very often your highest likelihood of your ally is going to be the kingdom on the other side of it. Things like that.
So the enemy of your enemy is a friend.
Enemy of your friend. So these are all these principles he has there. So similarly, he has all these. He talks about the various kinds of knowledge you need to run an empire. What are the principles of governance? So the book Arthashastra should be called. It's a treatise on governance and prosperity.